Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Brytops, and welcome back to Equestria at War Hearts of Iron 4. Last time we gave Griffonstone a shot, and we failed horribly. This time around, we are going to try something a little different. The County of Bronzehill, which is, for those curious, is actually a part of the Griffin Empire. It is one of the various minor parts of it, but particularly it's a part of a Griffin Empire that's run by diamond dogs. If we may. The brief history. It is said that the only beings the Emperor can trust are the dogs of Bronzehill. In 792, Emperor Grover II granted the Bronze Mountains to a group of ex-slaves fleeing Diamond Mountain. Since then, the County of Bronzehill has grown and prospered as a loyal subject of the Empire. The dogs of Bronzehill are peaceful, hard-working, and freedom-loving. While they are still loyal to the Emperor, there are many who now recognize that powerful griffins have been exploiting them. The collapse of the Empire and the Republican uprisings of 1978 have further shaken their world view. With dark clouds looming, the Hounds of Bronzehill are anxious for what the future might hold. I do believe we have our country. And let's see, once it's loaded in. Yes, we start here, actually. This is us, Bronzehill. Let us begin. Yes, we are going to start a new one. We will do the whole iron thing for the sole purpose of... well, it's weird not to do Iron Man. And as we can see over here, we've got Fir Tree Villages, the Knightly Order of something, and where our people originally came from, the Diamond Mountains. And we do not wish to go back. Now, once the game's had a chance to load up, we can see. All hail Grover V. In 1792, our ancestors came as refugees from the Diamond Mountain, making the audacious trek seeking freedom from slavery. In his mercy, Emperor Grover II granted the Bronze Mountains north of Griffonheim as our new homeland, allowing us to settle and prosper. Since then, the Hounds of Bronzehill have been fiercely loyal to the Griffonian emperors, serving faithfully and diligently as guards and advisors to the Imperial dynasty. The mountains contain vast wealth and resources that have helped Bronzehill and Griffonium grow. However, this has often come at the exploitation of many hounds, and the recent economic downturn after the disastrous collapse of the Empire has ushered in a new wave of poverty and economic stagnation. Efforts to recover have been hampered by the fact that very little of our nation's burgeoning industry is domestically owned, with large chunks being operated from firms based in Griffonheim and other Imperial trade centers. In recent years, this has led to a fierce debate of whether or not our assets are better managed by our Griffin allies, or if they should instead be nationalized and put in the paws of Bronzehill's inhabitants. In the meantime, the new Grover V Industrial Park at Ravensburg is nearing completion, offering new jobs and opportunities to the Hounds and Griffins of Bronzehill. As part of the Imperial Heartlands, Bronzehill is bordered by friendly regimes and united under Imperial protection, as a vassal state, with the Imperium capital to the south, Strawberry Duchy and the Sunstalker clan to the west and north, and the Knights of Hellquill to the east. The threats of the tyrannical Diamond Mountain and its allies in the River Coalition seem far away. This has been both a blessing and a curse. The years of stabilities and protection have resulted in Bronzehill having little military to speak of, with the ethos of stern pacifism taken up by a populace that still remembers the lingering pains felt at the paws of the Diamond Mountain soldiers during the Great Trek and before. The main political issue facing Bronzehill is that of the future Imperial throne. It is no secret that Grover V's health is beginning to falter, and in the event of his premature death, there would be conflict over the regency of his son, the future Grover VI. As to who the regent will be, only time will tell, and with the deep divisions growing between the Griffonian nobility and the church, the regent choice will be unlikely to please everyone. Either way, the death of an emperor is always a traumatic event for the dogs of Bronzehill and will cause severe distress among its citizens. Count Ingantius Bronzetail has ruled Bronzehill since the death of his father in 1005. He is popular and well liked, however he has yet to have been tested like his father was in the Empire's collapse and the Republican uprising of 1978. In the Bronze Council, the Count's main advisory council, various factions are forming inspired by the political parties that have swiped across the industrial world. Winston Copperhill's Harmonic Conservative Party and Rolf Rufus Larbach's National Union Party being the two most prominent outside of the old nobility who make up the council. The Count's son Barnaby has become fascinated with the Harmonists and sees Brunhill's futures laying in their influence. Beyond the walls of the council, the Communist Party of Bronzehill is a growing thorn in the Count's side. The Communists are growing in popularity among the lower classes with their promises of better working conditions, removal of social inequality, societal reforms, and loyalty to the Emperor. But the Communists themselves are not united, with various factions vying for control in their loose coalition. Meanwhile, the Knights of the Bronze Cross and the Proletariat of Ravensburg remain popular among the Griffins living in Bronzehill, even if their loyalties seem to lie more towards the Church than the Emperor. With uncertainty on the horizon, only time will tell what the future of Bronzehill will hold. Alright, so here we go. Let's have a quick look at what we got. So here's us, at least starting with. We are an independent. We are currently non-aligned, but we do have some support for the Harmony Party. But let's see. Imperial owned industry, so a lot of our stuff is owned by Griffinheim. We are pacifists, with mild poverty and mild illiteracy. Alright, national focus, what do we got? Reform the Bronze Council, we can't do that yet because the crisis hasn't happened yet. Let's see, defense budget of 1007. So let's see, increases production of weaponry and all that fun stuff. We can finish the Grover Industrial Park, so we can start on our industry, which honestly probably isn't going to hurt us. Let's see, by building slots, infrastructure, and add 2 off-map civilian factories. Yeah, we might as well finish it off, get that ball rolling. Research, what have we got? Well, at least we're doing better than the Griffins, than Griffonstone, because we actually have some basic weaponry. But we do need to work on some stuff. Alright, what can we... Alright, before we focus on anything, what's our terrain like? Seems it's very mountainous and cold. With some of our infrastructure being over here. Alright, first things first, let's see, can we... Yes, we'll work on... If we can get the engineering going, and engineering and industry makes life easier for everyone. Production. We have civilian factories and military factories. Well, to start with, we'll work on the weapons in a bit. Also, we don't have a lot of aluminium. Annoying, but okay. We'll go... Can we borrow the... Yes, we can borrow from the Sunstalker clan. Which will solve that. And as for... Industry... No, that's the wrong one. Production. I do believe we shall start with... Yes, we'll start with some more civilian factories. Whew, boy, that is going to take us a while. But in return, we will have more, and that will, once we start producing stuff, that will just speed things up. As for recruitment, well, we can we can unite them into an army. We shall be led by General... Actually, hang on. First things first, Major Commander. Let's... Field Marshal Strip Ironhole, who is, let's see... cautious, inflexible strategist, and old guard. Yeah, you can do as a Field Marshal. And Race... And Ace Redstone can be our main general of our forces. So let's... Yeah, we can get them starting to train so that we can properly organize them a bit. Ah, yes, and divisions. So what have we got? Just iron paws. What? Okay, what are the... Not sure what the iron paws are. They're a special unit for us, but... Oh, yes, and we don't have our... Damn. We'll get things going in time, but right now we need to try and just get some stuff underway so we can at least... Because once we can get some things going, things can work well. That's the outdated industrial sector, small science base. No surprise, we're going to have to fix stuff. The Emperor's best friends. When Bronzehill was announced to be the first destination of Grover V's Imperial tour on the new Imperial highway system, the administration of Count Ingatis scrambled to organize the grandest welcome festival. Delegations from all corners of the county were invited to greet him and offer him gifts. A new contingent of recruits for the Barkarian Guards were ready to be officially presented to and reviewed by their beloved Emperor. Furthermore, tens of thousands of simple citizens traveled to Bronzehill to see the Emperor. When the Emperor arrived in his train, he was greeted by crowds around the train tracks for miles, organized in small groups of enthusiastic citizens or in stands. The Emperor Grover's second station was covered in banners and floral decorations, and Count Ingatis personally welcomed him when he came out of the train. The Count was shocked to see his beloved Emperor looking frail and tired, but nevertheless he warmly greeted him before kneeling. Grover smiled and personally helped him stand up before embracing him. Those near the two could hear the Emperor say, "Thank you, my friend." The ceremony continued with a small recital on the station's plaza with a chorus of puppies singing the Oath of Loyalty. Then the Emperor retired himself to his private residence at Houndsore Palace, where he rested before attending a private feast in his honor. The next day saw several changes in the planned events as the Emperor preferred to preserve his energy for the long journey ahead, and therefore did not attend hunts and bowls. The announcement caused some disappointment among the nobility and population, but many praised the Emperor for being so thoughtful towards his subjects at large. The Emperor did, however, host several private audiences to personally receive the many delegations bringing gifts to him, warmly thanking each and every one of them. When time came for Grover to leave, he stopped before embarking on his train and turned towards Ignatus. Every dog looked at him, expecting him to speak, and noticed that he seemed somewhat sad. Yet he said nothing and simply embraced Ignatus before leaving. Could the Emperor ever hide something from us? Oh well. It's a sad thing that we know for a fact that the Emperor he's not long for this world. It's like it's no secret that his health isn't great. But damn it, we're loyal through and through to the Emperor, and we will stand by his side come hell or high water. Alright, things are starting to... Army experience is coming along. We're coming close to the industrial park. Alright, goal to attract investment, finance new factories. Good, 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 good. We can work on that. Plus, getting our industry out of the toilet would probably help us out a lot. Alright, the park's finished. So that's given us more slots, more infrastructure, and 2 off-site civilian factories. New Mainland seats Patreon. An emergency session New Mainland Commonwealth Congress has come to a close this morning with a vote of 1 to... Let's see, seeking immediate separation from Equestria. So that New Mainland wants to go independent. Alright, so let's see, what have we got? So we have to, at some point we're going to have to choose between prop up the industrial park or nationalize it. So that would... Alright, so let's see, hire Imperial experts, so industrial bonus to industry, or liberalize the banking system, which grants reforms which increases political power gain, and consumer goods factories is reduced by a decent chunk. Okay. Ah, yes, and we can work with that. In this case, I think we'll go with... Yeah, we'll start with hiring Imperial experts, just so that we can make it a lot easier task of getting our industrial tech involved. From research and all that. Ah, yes, intelligence agencies. We haven't... We would probably think of starting that soon anyway, but that can wait. Let's see, Fir Tree Villages declared war on... Okay, so the Equestria is at war with the Buffalo Chieftain. Alright. So let's see, these guys are currently at some sort of civil war. So there's that. A messenger in the night. Count Igautus's paws gripped tightly onto his wooden throne. There had to be some mistake, or perhaps this was just some cruel joke. He stared down at the Griffin messenger who remained bowed at the foot of his throne. He wore a simple black cloak, held round him by an imperial brooch, one given out by the Emperor himself. The pit that had opened in his stomach only grew wider. It couldn't be true. It just couldn't. Say it again, he said, his throat dry, and each word was a painful, breathless gasp. My lord, the messenger said, the Emperor, he's dead. The word hung in Count Igautus's mind like a ball in flight. The throne creaked under his grip. No, it couldn't be true. How could the Emperor have died? He was always there, just like the sun and the moon. Without him there would be no world. There would be no light, no beauty, no joy. How could there be without him? Count Igautus couldn't feel his own heart anymore. It was as if some unseen being had ripped it out of his chest, leaving only an inky black void in its place. His essence of life and very soul had vanished with the messenger's words, perhaps for good. He launched himself from his seat, startling the messenger. No, you lie, it's not true, it can't be true. The Emperor, he can't be. A rasping choke caught in Count Igautus's throat. He was on the ground now with his tail between his legs. He didn't know how he had fallen there. It hurt to breathe and his eyes burned as if someone had rubbed lime and soap into them. And there was a sound, a pained, unnatural sound that echoed all around, like the wails of a million lost souls, all crying out in pain. His ears stood on end, fearful of the source, whatever horror it might be. Then he realized it. The sound was coming from his own throat and joined in with the sympathy of anguish from all other dogs in his court. The Emperor was dead, and every dog in Bronzehill wept that day. That is just sad. After a long 40-year reign, the Griffonian Emperor Grover V passed away in the Imperial Palace. Once a brief period of utter chaos in the capital ended, a proper Regency Council was established to guide and care for Prince Grover VI and protect the Empire. A grand funeral procession was organized for the late Emperor in the capital, and a ceremony was held confirming Prince Grover II's succession to the throne. Time will tell if this regency will end like the last one, in revolution and bloodshed. Send our condolences. Alright, we'll deal with that soon enough. A nation mourns. Across the nation, news of Grover's death has rocked our dogs. A great sense of mourning has washed across the population, with all aspects of daily life grinding to a halt. Factories and mines are reporting mass absences. Trains have come to a stop as the dogs needed to run them are too preoccupied. Even many shops and services are failing to remain open as shopkeepers and bureaucrats have been left paralyzed. Count Indignius Bronzetail has addressed his dogs in these trying times, proclaiming a state of national mourning. Across the nation, flags now flutter at half-mast, a position which they are expected to maintain for quite some time. Let's see, for 180 days, we have the Great Mourning, which grants resource efficiency is down, construction speed is down, and factory output is down. Dockyard output is also down, but that's, well, we're a landlocked nation, so it doesn't bloody matter. So that one's gonna hurt, but we'll work on it. Biccolini becomes Prime Minister, so Wingbardians are coming about. Don't care. Alright, what's our current state for... Well, getting those extra factories has sped this up a fair bit, but it's still gonna take a long goddamn time. The Flower Gems. It is a Diamond Dog tradition that in the event of a death, the family and friends of the deceased are expected to gather a banquet of precious stones known as flower gems. These stunning rocks are then crafted into a beautiful display which adorns the deceased's grave and acts as a reminder of how much they were loved and cherished. In the wake of Grover's death, the dogs of Bronzehill have begun a migration to the capital, each of them depositing their own collection of gems at the Count's palace. Within a day, this collection was impressive. Within a week, it was majestic. Now it's overwhelming. Count Ignatius Bronzetail has commissioned the greatest artisans of the country to work together and manufacture these gems into a grand display of our dog's devotion to the Emperor. Already this display has begun to take shape, composed of a beautiful statue of Grover's likeness with a base that houses a memorial that promotes the Emperor's many accomplishments. As it needs completion, we must decide if we should send this to Griffonheim as a solemn gift to Grover VI, or if it should remain in Bronzekick as a monument to our devotion and loyalty to the crown. Let's see, we can send it as a gift or stability. You know what? Send it. Send it as a gift, because as much as we are mourning the loss of a great emperor, his son is mourning as well. Our gift to the Imperial Court has been graciously accepted, with our statue being proudly displayed within the hallowed halls of the Imperial Mausoleum. For generations to come, many will pass through those chambers and see our contribution to Grover V's memory presented front and center. A thank you letter from Grover the Sixth was received by Count Ignatius Bronzetail. In it, the young Emperor thanks both the Count and his subjects for their lovely gift, and he assures us all that our devotion has made these troubled times easier. It's rumored that the Count had this letter framed and displayed within his personal office. May our bond, so our base ability went up, political powers up, and they accepted our gift. Which is good. I mean, I fear what would have happened if they rejected it. Let's see, free fir tree villages have capitulated to the fir tree mageocracy. So what the hell is this now? So you're a supremacy faction of unicorns. Not good. Alright. Good to know. Let's see, how's... Okay, we've almost got the Imperial experts, which will be a good start. To the surprise of no one, the Buffalo Chieftain has lost. Let's see, So that's almost happened, so we're gonna have to deal with the Emperor being gone at some point. Actually, whoops, wrong thing. Accidentally misclicked. What's the state? The Imperial experts. We've got that. Let's see. Just having a quick look. The old guards. So they're going for nobility this time around. Okay, what can we do? National focus. What can we do? Oh, we don't... Guess the crisis hasn't happened yet. Okay, that's fine. See, what happens here? Just out of curiosity. Has not completed prop up the grow... Let's see. Let's see. It removes puppet from count... Let's see, the County of Bronzehill will leave the Empire, but... Alright. But no, we don't have to worry about that one just yet. Okay, it seems... Let's see, political gain and refactories. Or we can start working over here. You know what, we'll start with this, for the simple fact that getting the consumer goods down is... It does mean we get... Bringing this down does mean that we potentially get another civilian factory, which means that we can produce things a bit more easily. And we can work with that. Plus it gives us some options further down the line. Because if just having a look here, it seems that we can't... Not our concern, friendship gains, yada yada. Let's see, the Regency, what is... So this effectively means leave the Empire. Pretty much. Communism banned in Wingbody, don't care. Let's see, longswords finally started civil war. Let's see, civil war and longsword, yep. Let's see, we've also got... So we can go our own way, or we can focus on staying in the Empire. Which we can do. Let's see, open the Bronze Council. Which require... So what exactly does this mean? Okay, so if we go independent... we have the option... At least we have something of an option to... literally just go and... At some points, we have the option of going and declaring war and establishing the Emperor. The Emperor himself. But, sorry, got distracted. Should focus on other things. That's a goal for future time. Alright, so we can't get them yet. Non-core pony power goes up. Foreign subversion things goes down. Damage to garrisons potentially to do. In this case, I think we'll start with the Captain of Industry, because getting that work going would be great. Alright. Right. And we're slowly building everything up. Or at least getting the points to start building our actual armed forces up. But yeah, so how much has that sped things up? I mean, a fair bit. Like, no complaints here. That's a solid amount of improvement. Okay, mechanical engineering's up, so that's improves our research speed a bit. We'll also boost that a little bit further. Yeah, that small science base is going to hurt. Is hurting us, and we need to get rid of it. Thankfully, we don't have to worry about a crisis just yet. Because they are slowly working their stuff out. So it seems very much that the Duchess is going to become the main regent of the Empire. Which is acceptable. I mean, we are literally border with them, so being allied with them, not a bad thing. Okay, still can't reform you. Do we have any other... Alright, we don't... Oh, we do have a navy thing, but we don't really use much of it. Alright, so the question is, do we want to go independent? Or do we want to stick with... Well, of course we're gonna... Of course we're gonna stick with the Empire. Let's have a look-see here. Has not been a silver bullet to help kickstart our industrial revolution. Instead, many of the plots remain barren, and a few established firms either flounder or fail to make a profit. As such, our government has begun to subsidize and grant foreign firms willing to relocate to the park in the hope that it will attract better equipped businesses that can generate a profit. So that means production development grants, which increases construction speed. Or we can go nationalize. What happens here? As such, many within our Imperial administration have called on us to nationalize the industrial park and put it under state management until it proves stable and profitable. So let's see. So we can nationalize things. Change in popularity of communism goes up. Okay, hang on. Just having a quick look here. If we go Regency, stability goes down, but... Let's see, coalition of the left. We can get... If we go this way, we can still... Well, we still get to Griffonheim, so... I think we'll still be part of... What actually happens here? So... You know what? I think we'll nationalize. It's probably not a great idea, but stuff it. We're gonna go our own way a bit. Because we're still going to be part of the Empire, but we're not going to... We're still going to be part of the Empire, but we're not... Well, we're going to be leaving the Empire, but we're going to be trying to... We're going to be trying to provide shelter for the young Emperor. Because we do not trust either the Church or the Strawberry Duchy. Of course, this does mean we do need to actually start producing some bloody armies. Alright, what have we got? Royal Defense, Garrison Division. Alright, how quaint. The Hoofball Cup, we don't really care. Alright. What can we... Let's see. Infantry, garrison, which is Just cheap. Mountaineer. Engineer and support with proper mountaineers. Let's have a quick look. We'd be doing a lot of fighting in... What's the land like? No, operatives. Supply area. Terrain map, that's the one. Let's see, hills, hills, mountains. With some forests. Alright. I'm gonna have to check out what the hell is the Iron Paws. Let's... So there'll at least be something interesting. Mountain, hills, and forest. They're pretty good. Not so good in... Let's see... Combat width. I'm gonna be the first to admit, I don't really know how to properly build armies, and I'm willing to accept some advice here. Like, I will save up experience in order to properly build the things before we start devoting manpower to this. Alright, new Daring Do book. Don't care. Alright, let's see what we got. So, embracing our legacy. So, let's see. Full control of Crown Spike. Production of crystals, building slots, and infrastructure. Establish unified curriculum so we can start getting rid of the illiteracy. Or form a safety net and try and deal with the poverty. You know what, we'll start with poverty, because let's see, what does mild poverty... Yeah, that's... Yeah, we'll start with that, because I think if we can get rid of that, then it's gone. Grand Galloping Gala, don't care. Basic machine tools are almost done. Whoa, civil war in Alenia. So, okay, so the deer have gone to civil war. What's happened here? Citizens... there's been a communist uprising. Let's see, form of banned the Deer Party have returned and are preparing to form a new government. The rebellion has spread to other cities where deer are starting to arm themselves. Let's see... Okay, so yeah, communist uprising in Deerland. Alright. Like let's see, relations here. So we like them a lot more than they like us, which, alright, fair enough. And we have we've at least started to nationalize our own nation a little bit, so that at the very least, our infrastructure isn't quite as reliant on isn't reliant on the Empire at large. Alright, so we now have basic machine tools. Okay. Alright. Yeah, dispersed industry. Actually, dispersed industry? Let's see. Which is better for us? 'Cause... You know what, we'll go with dispersed industry for the simple fact that just being able to do retention, that's production retention thing, of when a factory is so used to producing something they're really good at it. Just retaining that's when we swap over to new equipment would be nice. Okay, we're gonna lower one so that we can start producing artillery, because we do need this stuff. We've been lacking it for a while. Alright. Okay, the experience is still being gathered, which is good. We're slowly building a government. See, Prince of Terror. We are no longer under the effects of the Great Mourning, so good. We've gotten out of that. Good start. Let's see, industrial research speed, electronic research speed. Let's see. So let's have a quick look. How's construction coming? Alright. That sped up a fair bit, actually. So, that's good. We're at least getting to the point where we can actually produce factories in a relatively reasonable rate. Alright, social net has been formed. So we can get rid of the outdated industrial sector and replace it with... Alright, that will increase it. So... Yeah, let's do it. Because if nothing else, we can at least... Because this is painful. We get rid of this, we at least start good things. Alright. Okay. Part of the okay, so the banking reforms are helping. It's freed up yet another factory for us. Which is good. And... Oh. Oh, we can't actually pick up bloody industrial people until we can actually gain some goddamn... Okay. Alrighty. What can we pick up? Political backstabber. We can get brutish, which is political gain and damage to garrisons go down. Or Prince of Terror, sweep. Alright. You know what? Sure, because that core manpower goes up, damage to garrisons goes down, and subversive activities efficiency also goes down. So, there is that. Alright, what's our industry looking like? So we have some factories in Crown Spike. We have potential in Raven Lakes. We have a fair bit of slots over here. Not a whole lot there, though. And nothing, of course, nothing over in these areas. Alright. Well, we're gonna try, if nothing else, to keep things going, and at least we'll have some strong groundwork before we start working fully on military matters. That's my current plan going forward. Alright, ahead of its time or resource efficiency? We'll start... I mean, we're going to be pretty quick with construction despite being slightly ahead of its time, so let's go with it. Like, faster construction means we get factories, more factories means we can produce more equipment and stuff, and once that's secured, we can potentially turn ourselves into a production powerhouse. Which will hopefully lend itself towards becoming a military one. Ah, here we go. Crisis in the government. The Empire is falling apart and with it its subjects. It is truly dark tides that wash over our lands, and as former loyal subjects have broken away from Griffonheim in protest of the new regent, our own nation is paralyzed with indecision. We must choose who to support and how to rebuild our politics. The situation is not an easy one, but to secure, actions must be taken. Alright, hard choices must be made. Also, we've subsidized things, so we're at least a modern society now. Okay, so crisis has started. We need to, and it is a painful thing, we need to get rid of this one. Alright, so things have broken away because of the duchy taking power. Strawberry Duchy, so passing has happened, and actually, wait, wrong thing. Okay, so the Duchess is now in control of the. It's now the region of the Empire, and she's trying to work stuff out. All right, so what are you? You're staying non-aligned. Okay. And apparently we get along fairly well with her, so yeah. So we might stick with her, we might not. We'll see how things pan out. Because honestly, I don't think we're going to be able to quite break away from her just yet. Alright, Wingbody has officially gone fascist. How's Canterlot going? Alright, you're still harmony, but at least you're the Dear Republic. Let's see. Okay, so the communist deer have won out in the end. Alright, so let's see. Yep, they're gone. We've moved back to us. We've gotten... Still working on our industry base. Which we can continue to produce. Alright. Can't do that one anytime soon. Okay, we do need to start. I think we... Yeah, some better weapons would probably be good going forward. Because we're probably going to need them at some point. Alright, so you're improving. That's good. Good. We've almost reformed the council, so that will help deal with the crisis. Alright, so Longsword has finished its civil war, I think. Yep, it's communist now. Not Winter Moon Celebration. Pony thing, don't care. Alright, Bronze Council's reformed. So let's see, that's modified the crisis a bit. See, if we stand with her, if we stand with people, what do we get? Let's see. Reform. Stand with Gabriella. So let's see. To do is faction leader. Is the current country leader. Complete a focus of the Duchess. Yeah, the count. Let's see. Mutually exclusive. Let's see. Broughton Hill reaffirms loyalty to Griffonheim. I don't think we can't go with the Archon because Archon is not the leader of the Empire. Or we can go rogue. Hang on, before we forget, how bad is... Now, the crisis is bad at the moment. I will... You know what? I'll tell you what. I will leave this to a vote. People can mention in the comments which one, if they want me to stand with the Duchess, or if they want us to go independent. But in the meantime, I think what we should probably do is work on the defense budget, because we need to start... Because either way, we're gonna need armies. Because I just checked, we're not that far off from the time this recording's going to come to an end. So before we do something foolhardy, we're going to get our stuff in order. Because if nothing else, we're at least on fairly good terms with the strawberry. Let's see, a second Aquilian Revolution. So, republicanism ruins our traditions, so they're going for it again. Well, they can try. And we'll see what happens in the future, but... See, I will admit part of the reason I'm inclined to stick with the Duchess is quite literally because we do not have a lot of military power. Like we're slowly building together our actual... Wait, what? Oh, we're still, goddammit. Alright, defense budget's set up, so at least we have... So that's going to speed up infantry weapons, and... Alright, they've passed away. We could still focus on militarization, but we should probably... We do have to get our shit in order. Alright. How are we meant to do this? So we could... Damn, this is a hard choice. This is definitely a difficult choice. So we can get oil. We can get production of oil. Which we can work with. Which we can definitely work with, but... Let's see. Sorry, I'm a bit indecisive, but... Alright. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to see about dealing with bloody... We're going to try and deal with the dam. Yeah, we'll see what we can do about dealing with our goddamn problems, such as illiteracy. Because that means we can get more stuff going. And I do believe we might go with a war industrial. Focus on war production? Yeah, we can go with... Because we will be building military factories in the near future. And being a bit quicker about that would be nice. Alright. We have so much stuff that we need to goddamn do. And so little time to do it. See, the main issue is if we stick a firm loyalty to the Duchess, there's a chance that she'll try and remove us and basically solidify control and not be in charge anymore. And we will not be in charge of our own nation anymore, we lose by default. Which isn't fun, but is something we have to acknowledge. Alright. Yeah, some more disperse industry, because why not? As I said before, we might as well focus a bit on becoming a production powerhouse. And yeah, and I'm happy to let what path we take as far as politics is concerned be a viewer decision, rather than make that call myself. But at the very least, we will make sure that we at least have a strong, solid industry and some actual. Yeah, we need to get rid of that goddamn massive research speed debuff. That needs to go. Because it is bad. And yeah, the sad truth is we would not stand much of a chance against full-on Griffonstone United. Okay, unified curriculum. Good. Good. So let's have a look-see. How's that, much has that fixed our situation? Well, we've still got some illiteracy, but it's at least an improvement. So, national focus, we can go with another research slot or welcome refugees. Alright, if we go this, substantial, scientific base, which critical power research. Okay, it seems like research speed is not going to be our strong suit anytime soon, but we can at least do something. Another research slot? That's always nice. We can at least remove some of this terribleness. We'll at least reduce it by a fair chunk. Okay, Gladmain has taken over New Maryland. So this guy's now in charge. Good for them. Decisions. What decisions have we got? Courage reading classes. Effects when removed. Political gain goes down, consumer factories goes up. But we get rid of legit. When it's finished, we get rid of illiteracy. Alright. Like, it slows down our production a little bit, but if we can get rid of this sooner, the better. So let's see, what does... So going for bites. So this will remove it in time, but... Will remove illiteracy in time, but it does do other stuff as well, which we can work with. Okay. Alrighty. Griffonian Liberation Army. There's our little alarm. Civil Wars ends. Alright. So we're slowly working on at least building up our stronghold here. So we can at least, regardless of what path we take, we will, if nothing else, have something we can work with. We can adapt and move. But until then, my name is Bright Ops, and I look forward to hearing from you. Take care, everyone.